Being Amish entails leading a life steeped in tradition, faith, and community. But what happens when that identity interacts with another, one that is rarely discussed? For people who identify as both gay and Amish, the journey is complicated, highly personal, and fraught with difficulties. Being gay in a community that values faith and tradition might feel like being torn between two realities. For many, the Amish lifestyle embodies simplicity, structure, and a sense of belonging. However, for individuals dealing with their sexuality, it can feel isolated, even stifling. Amish communities are close-knit, with a shared way of life that often limits individual expression outside of established norms. For someone who identifies as gay, this setting can exacerbate feelings of loneliness and self-doubt.
Yep.
And so why do you do it? You just get a feeling of satisfaction, of goodwill?
Because there may be no visible role models or open discussions about LGBTQ problems in the community. In a culture where conformity is essential to cohesion, being different might feel like a great burden to bear. The silence surrounding LGBTQ issues reinforces the experience of being overlooked and unheard. Internal conflict frequently begins at an early age.
I'll move on, okay?
All right.
When people recognize that their emotions do not match the expectations of their faith and culture, many people are left wondering about their worth, their place in society, and their relationship with God. This conflict isn't just about identification. It's about reconciling yourself with the values and traditions that shape your world. For some, the dual identity conundrum causes emotions of guilt, worry, or even melancholy. The fear of disappointing their families or being excluded from their community weighs heavy, complicating the journey to self-acceptance. Despite the challenges, many find moments of solace in small acts of self-expression, quiet prayers, or the hope that they can one day reconcile these two parts of their identity.
We believe if we go out the world, we're more apt to...
Family and community are at the heart of Amish culture, providing a sense of connection and purpose. However, for those who identify as gay, these interactions can lead to intense internal conflict. Many people remain mute because they are afraid of losing these important ties. Acceptance within the Amish community is frequently linked to upholding its ideals and customs. Coming out for LGBTQ people can mean facing rejection, judgment, or even formal shunning, a process that isolates them from the people on whom they have relied their whole lives. How can you risk losing your childhood family and the community that defines your identity? For many, the solution is to hide who they are, even at considerable personal cost. This suppression can create a sense of invisibility, in which people believe they must hide their actual selves in order to maintain harmony in their community. The silence can be deafening, and the loneliness can be severe because there are few, if any, spaces for open discussion of these issues. The weight of concealing such a significant portion of yourself frequently leads to isolation, not only from others, but also from your own sense of self. Family reactions to coming out vary greatly. Some families prefer to quietly accept their loved one without open debate, while others may react negatively or even terminate relations entirely. The uncertainty about how loved ones may respond can be a constant source of concern. The fear of rejection is deeply rooted. Will they still love me? Will I still belong? These are questions that weigh heavily on the hearts of those struggling to reconcile their identities. Acceptance can arrive unexpectedly for some people. A brother, a friend, or even a parent may offer discreet support, acting as a lifeline in the midst of hardships. These simple acts of comprehension can mean everything. Even in the most challenging circumstances, moments of compassion and connection remind us that love can transcend judgment. For those who are gay and Amish, faith frequently becomes a battleground, a location where their values and identities appear to clash. How can you reconcile your love for God with a part of yourself that questions your faith? Amish teachings frequently portray LGBTQ identities as incompatible with biblical norms, leaving little possibility for open discussion or acceptance. For many, this causes a tremendous spiritual battle as they wrestle with feelings of guilt, humiliation, and fear of divine judgment. The Amish faith is profoundly personal and permeates every part of life. For LGBTQ people, it might feel as if their whole spirit is at odds with the teachings they were raised with. Despite these problems, faith can provide strength. Many people turn to prayer, scripture, and personal contemplation for direction and comfort. Some people see their faith as a call to love and accept themselves, and they seek ways to hold on to their beliefs while enjoying their identity. For some, faith serves as a bridge, allowing them to find acceptance inside themselves and a better understanding of their place in God's plan. Others' journeys require reconsidering their understanding of Scripture. They may seek interpretations that highlight love, compassion, and the notion that everyone is formed in God's image, finding hope and validation in these themes. These interpretations provide a road forward, a way to integrate faith and identity without giving up either. The community has a mixed role in this journey. While some receive assistance from fellow believers, others experience opposition or judgment, making the route to reconciliation highly personal and frequently solitary. Faith is a journey, not a destination, and it involves courage, resilience, and a willingness to seek solutions that bring you closer to serenity. For many gay Amish people, a desire for connection and understanding drives them to seek help outside their surrounding communities. These ties frequently serve as a source of strength and hope. The internet has provided a transforming outlet for many Amish people, particularly those struggling with their sexuality. Online forums, social media groups, and LGBTQ support networks let them discuss their experiences anonymously, gaining sympathy and encouragement from others who understand their situation. In these digital places, kids may finally express their problems and joys without fear of being judged, understanding that they are not alone on their path. Aside from cyber contacts, some people seek assistance from in-person LGBTQ groups or organizations in surrounding towns and cities. These groups frequently offer information, safe spaces, and opportunities for fellowship, assisting persons in navigating the intricacies of their dual identities. Meeting people who have been on a similar journey can be a potent reminder that acceptance and understanding exist, even if they're not always found at home. Finding a sense of belonging outside of the Amish community may be both freeing and scary for individuals who choose to leave. Adjusting to modern life while retaining aspects of their Amish identity is a tricky balance, but many find it achievable thanks to the friendships and groups they form. Leaving does not imply abandoning who they are. It means finding a place where they can fully embrace every aspect of their identity. Even for individuals who remain in their Amish communities, these external connections can serve as a lifeline, reminding them that they are noticed, respected, and supported, even if their local surroundings do not fully get them. Sometimes, the smallest connections can make the biggest difference, offering hope and courage in moments of doubt. Despite the obstacles, many gay Amish people find ways to live genuinely, incorporating their identities into a life of strength and endurance. Their stories demonstrate the power of courage and self-discovery. Some people opt to leave their Amish villages, entering a world full of unknowns and chances for self-expression. For many people, the decision is sometimes difficult because it means leaving behind the family and customs that have formed their upbringing. Leaving is not simple. It entails saying goodbye to a way of life steeped in history and community. However, for many, it is the first step towards accepting their genuine selves. Others prefer to remain within their Amish communities, seeking peaceful ways to live truthfully. This could be confiding in a trustworthy family member, engaging with like-minded people in the neighborhood, or simply generating little moments of self-expression. Staying can be equally courageous because it necessitates finding methods to honor both personal truth and community values. These courageous trips frequently generate change, however slowly and subtly. A single act of authenticity, a genuine discussion, a quiet demonstration of acceptance, can sow the seeds of deeper understanding in the community. Change doesn't happen overnight, but one person's boldness can create a ripple effect, paving the way for greater compassion in discourse. Whether they leave or remain, the resiliency of homosexual Amish people demonstrates the strength of the human spirit. Their capacity to balance two identities, frequently in isolation, reveals a strong desire to find serenity and belonging. These stories demonstrate that even in the midst of adversity, authenticity and hope can flourish. They're not simply surviving. They are creating lives full of purpose and meaning. In Amish society, change frequently starts with tiny, silent deeds. Some LGBTQ people become silent campaigners, seeking to foster understanding without breaking the tranquility of their close-knit community. These advocates frequently begin by establishing trust with a few open-minded family members or friends who share their stories and experiences in private. These conversations can have a ripple effect, sowing seeds of empathy and transforming perceptions over time. By sharing their truths in safe, trusted environments, they demonstrate that love and acceptance can live with faith and tradition. In some cases, these quiet campaigners seek to redefine what it means to live genuinely within Amish ideals. They may emphasize themes of compassion, humility, and community, demonstrating that acceptance is consistent with their faith's essential principles. Through these little but significant deeds, they push the conversation closer to the heart of what it means to live in faith and community. Advocates may also set an example by demonstrating that being gay does not preclude being a contributing, committed member of the community. They gently challenge prejudices and encourage others to question long-held beliefs. Every action, no matter how small, becomes a bridge, one that connects the values of the past with the possibilities of the future. These people frequently carry the weight of their responsibilities silently, knowing that they may not see instant results. However, their efforts are not in vain, because they prepare the road for future generations to live with more acceptance and understanding. Their quiet courage reminds us that change doesn't have to be loud. It can grow slowly, like seeds in the soil, eventually blossoming into something beautiful. Change does not occur spontaneously. Within Amish communities, allies, family members, friends, or neighbors play an important role in supporting and fighting for those who struggle with their identity. Allies frequently begin by providing a safe space for communication, fostering an environment in which gay people feel recognized and valued. These moments of trust and acceptance can change people's lives, especially in a community where LGBTQ themes are rarely spoken. Allies may not have all the answers, but their willingness to listen and be compassionate can make all the difference. Some allies quietly promote greater understanding within their networks. They may tell stories of empathy, highlight examples of compassion in scripture, or gently challenge assumptions during community conversations. These tiny deeds gradually normalize conversations and promote larger acceptance. Even the most minor attempts to expand hearts and minds can pave the way for lasting transformation. Allies also provide practical assistance, guiding persons through the obstacles of living authentically in the community. This could include assisting with accommodation for someone who's been rejected, assisting them in finding work, or simply providing a shoulder to rest on during difficult times. Support does not need to be loud or public. It is frequently found in unassuming gestures of service and camaraderie. For parents and siblings, being an ally might entail striking a careful balance between providing love and safety and negotiating the expectations of the greater community. These family members often grapple with their own worries and anxieties, but remain constant in their dedication to their loved ones. In a world that can feel unyielding, allies become the lifeline, showing that love and compassion are stronger than judgment. Being gay and Amish is a path of deep courage, resilience, and optimism. It's a journey full of questions, but also moments of quiet strength and connection. There is love even in the midst of suffering. Resilience exists even in the face of loneliness. Even in the quietest of moments, transformation is possible. To those navigating the complexities of faith and identity, remember that you are not alone. Your story is important, and your courage has the potential to inspire others. Share your comments, like, and subscribe for more stories of courage, resilience, and the timeless wisdom that binds us all together.